What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Decoding the Static podcast. Hey, everybody, it's your boy Nate, X here again for another phenomenal show. Yo, X, shout out to the people. How you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing real good, man. It's a new year, 2026. Welcome everybody to Dakota Static, man. I'm your boy X. Uh Appreciate you guys for joining the show. I hope 2025 was a great year for everybody, and I hope 2026 is even better. How you doing, Big Nate? What's going on, man? Happy
I'm
New
doing,
Year's.
yo, Happy New Year. And ironically, hey, man, that's what this is all about, man. It's about the new year. Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm happy and
Good
I'm
to
just,
hear.
hey, I'm healthy. I'm good. Ain't got no more cough. So I feel good, man. It's good to be back. Your boy was sick.
We made
So we
it.
finally outside of that. So yeah, man, it's all good. Um,
That's what's up.
but we what we talking about today? What we got on the menu?
On the menu for 2026, we wanted to start off strong, man. We wanted to talk. I mean, you see the ticker right there, episode 6. We talking about New Year's resolutions. We talking about, you know, changes that are coming in people's lives, just what are some new goals and things that you want to happen? Maybe something that you planned on happening in 2025 that didn't happen. Now you want to try to carry it over in 2026, which is okay. Or maybe there's a new goal on the horizon for 2026 that you want to take a leap of faith in, man. So this episode right here is just all about decoding the static of, I want to say like New Year's resolutions or goal setting or just trying something new in your life. I feel like this is a new chapter for a lot of different, for a lot of people or whatever. So, let's get into it, man. New Year's resolutions. What you thinking right now?
Well, I guess let's break it down, man. Like, you know, first of all, like for the New Year's resolution, I feel like sometimes they're a hit or miss. Like, I don't know about you, but I know for me, sometimes they've been hit or miss. As I've gotten older, I've tried to not really say like a New Year's resolution. If I can implement it now, just go ahead and implement it and then carry it through and just be consistent.
Hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes like waiting to start something on that day, it's like kind of like it's good. You start off with the rest of everybody else. You go to the gym and the gym is packed to the brim,
Bruh.
and then you give it a couple months, and then it's back to being, a ghost town. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Because everybody
Everybody
was
gone.
phased out. So it's like, and that can be discouraging sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you're like, well, shoot, man, I ain't gonna go to the gym today. And just imagine how many people just kind of give up and they stop there. But what I've learned is even if you do fall short, you miss some days, pick up where you left off and keep going. So that's really my take on New Year's resolution as a whole. Before we kind of get into some questions, but how about you, man? Like, what's your take on the New Year's resolutions and stuff?
Like you were saying, man, when it comes to New Year's resolution, I get the concept. The whole new year, new me situation. Being at the gym though, it sucks. You talk about, especially if you were like somebody that just go in there to hoop, like back then,
Okay.
January 1st, everybody's on the bikes, everybody's on the treadmills, everybody's, on the court. I'd be like, bro, who is all these new people on the court? Like, all these people that just got the new memberships. But
Yep.
I get the concept of New Year's resolutions. I understand that people want to use this as an opportunity to kind of leap forward and do something that they've been kind of, you know, what's the word? Get I guess like not really wanting to get off the couch and work out and do the things that
Right.
they
You
said
want to
they
be
could have
proactive.
done all year. Yeah, procrastination is the word I was looking for. Those people who
Yep.
procrastinate all year long. So, a lot of people say, "Oh, there's always Monday or there's always next year or next month or I'll start this date." So, New Year's resolution, I mean, it's a good thing as long as you can um I guess you can say like have a plan or something to go with it. So it's a great idea. It's a great concept to use only if you use it right. So I mean, I'm all for New Year's resolutions, man, as long as
Yeah,
you're actually solution oriented with it. If you're actually going to use it, which a lot of people don't. A lot of people fall off, man, by February, which is crazy, but
yeah,
it happens, you know.
yeah. It happens to the best of us, and but I think that's the cool thing about us decoding it today, and maybe sharing our stories. There might be some of you out there who got a New Year's resolution, and you might be pumped, or you might be nervous, or you might not even want to set one because you're like, man, every year I set it and I don't meet it, and you're just like, man, what's going on? Something's got to change. So I don't know. Maybe through us talking in this episode, our hope is that somebody out there will listen to this and they'll go, you know what? That really helped me put in perspective, and I got
Yeah.
some nuggets that I can bring with me into the new year. So yeah, definitely. Let's go ahead and chop it up, but we got to start. Let's start personally. Put ourselves in a petri dish.
Okay.
What's a goal that you got for this year, and what is something you probably want to leave behind last year?
So a goal that I want to make happen this year and something I want to leave behind. Um, if I'm being perfectly honest, man, I would have to say I would love to leave behind. I probably have to say procrastination or bad habits.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say that.
that's
Um,
what's up.
I would say procrastination or bad habits. And this year, I want to lean more on thinking positive as much as possible, as well as creating results and seeing them through. And if I can break that down, I'll start with leaving, 2025 in the past. What I mean by procrastination, and I know a lot of us do this, but I'm talking about on a scale that seems small to some people, but create big issues. Um,
Mm-hmm.
things like the things you don't want to do on a daily basis, but you need to get up and do them. I'm
Like
talking
bad
about like
habits.
bad habits. Being in bed too long, sleeping in too
Mm-hmm.
long, knowing that you could have got up a couple hours early to do certain things for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, realizing that we only get 24 hours in a day. And if you sleeping or laying in bed for 10 of them, you've already missed out on a lot of your day and you don't even really know it. Um, cleaning the dishes or, helping out around the house or just maximizing or optimizing your time wisely, in your day-to-day life. That's one of the biggest things I think in 2025 that I can honestly say. Cause for me, I'm so busy, but
Mm-hmm.
also knowing how to optimize the time that I do have. Cause I always say, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And it's like, you got time. You got time to do a lot of different things. You just don't want to do the things that you need to do. Cause
Yep.
who wants to get up and go to the gym? Who wants to get up and wash the dishes? Who wants to get up and fold the clothes? Nobody wants to do that. But as someone once told
Hmm.
me, you don't do things because you're supposed to just do them. You do them because of the great outcome out of those things that you get out of those things. That's just like reading a book
Yeah.
versus strolling on TikTok all day.
Yeah.
So if you say
Yeah.
read a book versus stroll on TikTok, well, most people are gonna be like, you know what, I want to stroll on TikTok because this is entertaining. And it's like, well, why don't you want to read a book? Why don't you want to like nourish your mind? Why don't you want to read your Bible or something like that? No, that's just not something I want to do. Yeah, it's a lot of things in life you might not want to do, but
I do.
you have to fall in love with the process of why you're doing
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I mean? So I want to get better at those type of things. You know, and then for as results, these are kind of some of the results that I was talking about, being result oriented, not just saying, "Hey, I want to do this," but actually creating a goal or a timeline, or make it plain and write it out. Write out my goals and be like, "All right, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this," and actually celebrate the small wins too. Because celebrating the small wins, Nate, man, it takes you a long way.
Yeah,
Like, like let's
it
say
does.
you want to lose 20 pounds. You'll lose your mind if you see you done lost 2 pounds in a week
That's
or a
right.
couple of days. You be
Yeah.
like, oh man, because what is it? It creates belief. When it
Yep.
creates
Positive
belief,
reinforcement.
it's positive reinforcement. And then all of a sudden you see and you're like, oh, it's working. That's just with
Mm,
anything. Once you get the
yeah.
positive reinforcement or you get the it's working, the aha moment, you're gonna
Hmm.
continue to do it. Now, if you keep doing something, then all of a sudden you don't get no results. Nah, this ain't working. I'm about to move on to the next.
Yeah.
But also, that's another thing, man, is doing things and not getting those results as fast as you want, but just
Mhm.
believing that it can happen for you. So not to get too winded, but 2025 procrastination and bad habits, I want to leave that in the past. 2026, I want to be result oriented. And I also said earlier that I wanted to think positively as much as possible. And what I mean by that is we are already promised bad days on this earth. You know what I mean? It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
We all know that. I just want to try to think about the positives in my life versus dwelling on the negatives in my life
Yeah.
a lot more for my mental state. This is why we decode the static. I want to
Yeah.
kind of out a lot
That's
of static
important.
that goes on in my head mentally because
Yeah.
we don't talk about it enough, especially in our culture. We don't talk about mental health a lot, but I want to try to get a more positive perspective on all facets of my life in 2026. Me and the wife was having a conversation the other night, and you can kind of see the conversation going towards, yeah, don't you just hate when and it's like, no, we're not doing that. 26, we're not doing that. We're going in a different direction. We go in this direction. We want to think positively. We want to,
Mhm.
you know, just soak up nothing but positive vibes in our mental. You know what I mean? So that's something that, like I said, it's not for everybody, but me personally, that's kind of what I want. I want results
Yeah,
this
wrong with
year,
that.
and I want my mental health stronger in a more positive way, and leave that procrastination back in 2025. But what about you, Big
Okay.
Nate?
I mean, for me, and I just want to add, like what you said. I mean, I think that's important. That's really important because we have to speak life into our situation. We gotta
Hmm.
know that the words that we speak have power, even the thoughts. There's a scripture verse that says we got to put every thought under subjection. You know what I mean? You got to bring it into captivity, meaning that you got to control. You got to bring it into control, so that
Yeah,
way they're not going wild. And you got to speak life over every dead situation. So, you know what I mean? That's what you're doing is you're speaking life into those situations, and you're refusing to let that bad get out of your mouth because people don't understand that sometimes when you dwell on it, you keep talking about it, you're putting that in the atmosphere.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're putting it out there. But when you put the positive out there, then you're causing everything to move in that direction because words have power. So I
A lot of
definitely
people
like what
don't
you
know
said.
that, man. A lot of people
They
don't know
don't
that
know
words
that.
have power, and
Yep.
they subconsciously have that going on. That's just like
Yeah.
watching a bad movie. You don't know what you're actually doing in your subconscious mind. You're feeding all that negativity. You're feeding
Hmm.
all that, anger or whatever it is that
Yep.
you're watching, and you just thinking,
Sure.
"Oh, it's just a bad movie." I mean, it's just a XYZ type of movie or whatever like that. It's like, nah,
You
you're
feeding.
feeding yourself bad
Mm-hmm.
information.
Remember that. Remember that. So yeah, man, that's important. So first of all, like I totally 110% agree with that. I think for me, what I'm looking forward to is this new year. Obviously, this year for me is gonna be a year that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. And
Mm,
it's consistency is the name of the game this year. That and becoming a better steward with my money and what God has given me. Just better maintaining everything that God has given me, health, finances, family, just things like that. Not that I did anything wrong this year, but just an internal look on the inside to say, you know what, I can do better. I
Yeah.
can I can make this happen. I can do this. It's a self observation. Like I always say, uh, you know, self reflection is better than self delusion.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
so I love to reflect and look on the inside and keep it 100 with myself and be real with myself on these things rather
mm.
than be delusional and be like, oh, ain't nothing wrong. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. No, the
Right.
truth is we can always be doing something better.
Yep.
But a lot of times we just don't want that wake up call. We want comfort. And sometimes doing better requires stepping out of our comfort zone into the uncomfortable. And that's what I'm doing this year. Um, so, I'm praying about that.
Okay.
Something I definitely want to leave behind and last year is same thing, man. I think definitely one of them is bad habits. Uh, you know, not necessarily bad, but habits that can be bad if you're not conscious of it.
Yeah.
Not only that too, but I've spent years building, dreaming, writing stuff down, collecting information, and it's like I'm a mad scientist, like just collecting all this information and
Yeah.
to researching and doing all these things, writing it down, and having this blueprint that is supposedly like gonna be a life changer one day.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the age now where I realize I gotta execute that at some point.
Hmm.
I can't stay planning forever and writing stuff down and dreaming forever. It's time to get out the bed and
Do it.
actually take the covers off and live that blueprint that I've been planning, all my life. And it's time to attack that and attack it with intensity and consistency and, you know, shielding myself from individuals who don't share the same vision
Yeah.
or who
Yeah.
won't speak life into it, you
Hmm.
know, be my biggest cheerleader. Hey, like the Bible said, David had to encourage himself, learn to encourage myself,
Yeah.
and just move forward. Forward is a march, Don't stop. Don't wait for Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know. But just move forward,
Yeah.
and you know, move forward. Lead your family on the victory. So
I like
that's
that.
for me. It's a this year has a lot of purpose. Um,
Okay.
has a lot of purpose, and a lot of timelines that I'm looking at is in the next year or so. It's going to get real interesting, and everything is going to kind of climax together. And I'm just like, wow, God, like this ain't nothing but you. This ain't nothing but you. You. Wow. So if I stick to the plan, then I know that God's plan will come through. And I think sometimes God has a plan for our lives, and we got to stick to our part of the plan so His plan can come through. And I think
Yeah.
oftentimes the reason why people are not successful at setting these goals or they're not successful at these New Year's resolutions is because they don't stick to the plan, like what you said. They actually don't have a plan. They just
Mm.
expect that they're just gonna wake up and just like that cold turkey, stop drinking soda, stop eating McDonald's. Well, guess what? It took you years of digesting that stuff. You ain't just gonna wake up one day and just all of a sudden be like, all right, no more soda. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's people on YouTube who have said, "Oh, I got tired," and they have these inspirational videos where, "Oh, I just got tired of living like this, and I woke up and I changed my life, and now look at me. I'm speaking before millions of people." Come on, get out of here.
Nah, it don't
Look,
work
look,
like
look.
that.
We're taking you folks through grassroots process. This is the real journey, right? When those motivational books can't help you, and you sitting there and you like, man, I ain't going to the gym today. I'm gonna eat this burger though. I'm gonna play PlayStation. That's real talk right there.
Right.
That's
Right.
that
Right.
real moment.
Right.
That's that real moment, and that's a moment that nobody sees. But we here to tell you, don't do it. Don't
Mm.
do it.
Ain't
Don't
no-
do
ain't
it.
nothing, ain't nothing good gonna come from it, man.
You
Hey,
know,
but see, I'm gonna throw you a curveball real quick, Nate. We
let's
talking
do it.
about 2026 New Year's
We
resolutions. What do you tell the person who did this in 2025 that it didn't go the way they planned? What does that look like? How do you decode that static? 2025, Happy New Year's. I'm gonna do this, and that. You get to
hey,
2026 and it didn't happen.
hey, listen,
Where do I go from here?
a righteous man falls 7 times, he get up eight.
Mm,
At some point or another, you got to ask yourself the question, why am I making this change, right? And if it's a serious change, I mean, let's keep it a buck. All right, some people they we there's I feel like there's some changes that are wants and needs. Okay, going to the gym because you want to look good on beach day. Oh, for some that might be a lot of motivation, right? But going to the gym because your doctor told you if you don't lose weight, it could be detrimental. That's a different type of motivation.
yeah.
I feel like for some people, it has to mean something to you. It has to mean something that is important. It has to, and it's how bad do you want it? How bad do you really want that? You know what I mean? And I think that when we put it in perspective of something that has a great why to it, I think we'll be able to accomplish it. And don't get me wrong, guys. I ain't no expert. All right. Now, I'm figuring out just like y'all. We sitting here, we doing a podcast, but we just
Yeah.
ordinary Joes just like you. All right. Before we decide to come down and do an episode, we'd be like, hey, you wanna hit up a game right quick?
Oh
Nah, we
yeah, of
gotta do this
course.
episode.
We gotta do
So
this
so
episode.
we listen, we're not perfect by any means, but we just having a real talk conversation to
Yeah.
put it out there. And this is why I look at is that sometimes that juice just isn't worth the squeeze. And sometimes that's the reason why people don't want to do it. Sometimes it's too hard. When we look at something like dieting is crazy hard. I mean, when you think about it, it's okay. So let's say you stop drinking soda, you stop going to McDonald's, you stop eating the fast food, you go down the grocery aisle, right? And you see stuff that says sugar free in it,
Oh what? Yeah. I
right?
don't want it. I
That
don't want it. Mm.
the average person, but
I'm
the
allergic.
average person is gonna get it. You
I'm
see
allergic.
something that says diet soda, the average person is gonna get it. But then there's other people who they read that label and they Google every single ingredient and they're like, what's this? Oh, hold up. This says sugar free, but there's this ingredient in there that is worse than sugar. So it's
Hmm.
technically the same thing. Oh,
Yep.
wait a second. There's no sugar in here, but what's that high fructose corn syrup?
Yeah, I
What's
knew you
that
about to
red?
say that.
What's that red blue? That red color and that blue color? What's
Hmm.
that artificial flavors? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You those people, and my wife is one of those people. I'll go to the store and I'll be like, "Hey, this says it's wheat. It's healthy. It's clean." She'll turn over the back and be like, "Look at that canola oil, bad." And I'll be like,
Oh man.
I'll be like, "Dang, I thought I did something right."
Shit, I
Like,
could throw some spicy noodles away. The TikTok noodles. My daughter tried to buy them. Well, actually, my wife bought them, and I said, "Do you know that has cancer in it? Like it says on the thing they're cancerous.
mm-hmm,
Something." I literally showed her, like, see. She was like, "Thank you, Daddy." It's like, hey, that's my job. I might not be on TikTok like you do, or I might not be, you know what I mean? But if I need to know, I feel like God is gonna put it in my face.
right, and that's just
And
the thing,
that's what
man.
happened. So I'm here to
Yeah,
protect you.
amen to that. And that's just the scary part about it. There's a guy on he's on Instagram or Facebook. He has kind of like I don't know if it's like a Russian accent or what. I don't want to miscategorize him, but he looked like he a scientist, and he's like, hey, look, today we're gonna make Oreo cookies, and we're gonna
Mm,
show you how it's made. And he is like, oh, by the way, they use gas petroleum to make this stuff. So literally, my man has a bottle of motor oil that he's pouring in the thing,
Nah.
and he was like, when it goes through chemical changes, that's how we get the substance, that white substance that you guys like between the crackers. He was like, that's how they get it because it has to go through a chemical process. And I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm like, he was like, now tell. And then at the end, it looks like an Oreo, and he's like, now tell me, you just seen everything that I put in this
I'm gonna still eat by
pesticides.
8 of them.
He was like,
I'm sorry, Nate. I know you was being serious. I like Oreos. Okay, double stuff is my favorite. I'm sorry, bad timing. I want 8 of them. Cause Nate, think about it. Who takes one thing of Oreos like this right here? You know if your fingers could go this low. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nate. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. You can't just be talking about Oreos. 2026, this is us. Okay, we turn it up
I
a
didn't,
notch.
hey, I didn't hit a soft spot.
You brought up Oreos. I
That
just
man
got
said,
I just got
that man
comfortable
said,
with the
nah, man, you
Reese's.
lost me now. He
I
said,
just
no,
got
you
comfortable
lost
with
me.
the Reese Oreos. Now that really didn't took my soul.
I'm gonna send you the video. So
Yeah, let me. Nah, no, I don't want to see that video. You mess up my whole situation. I'm
hey,
cool.
hey, okay.
I don't want to know how they mess it up.
Transparent moment. Hey, I do be liking them gold Oreos.
Okay.
Them vanilla gold Oreos.
Yeah,
Hey, they all sharing.
yeah.
You know, now you know what my favorite is
Which one?
lemon cookies, bro.
Oh, see,
The lemon, bro,
yeah,
bro,
buddy.
bro. You know those Ritz crack. You know, like they got like the Ritz crackers with the cheese filling and all that.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah, 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 yeah,
Lanzo or whatever it's called, Lancer or Lanzo makes them.
yeah.
Bro, they got a lemon flavored one. Oh, boy, soft as
I'm about to
shit,
go to
bro.
the store tomorrow. Give me a
Bro,
box.
I'm sorry, people. I know we were talking
Yeah,
positive,
we
but
done got off
we gonna
this
break it. We gonna
this
talk
New
about,
Year's
you
resolution. We
know what I'm
talking about
saying?
eating cookies.
Listen, yeah. So
So what we say?
listen, don't get mad. Go down to the store. Go ahead and get that last bottle of eggnog before the New Year's resolution.
Hey,
Okay.
real quick. Okay, this is something I wanted to clear up. You know how for like January all the way to January 31st, everybody say Happy New Year's.
Mm.
When do Happy New Year's cut off for you? When do you stop telling people Happy New Year's? Do you give it a week? Do you give it
Nah,
a couple days?
nah.
Is it when the kids go back to school? When the Christmas tree come down? Like, when is
Listen,
Happy New Year's over with?
I mean, it depends because you got to ask a question too. When does Christmas end? Like, you know what I mean? Because most people they keep their tree up for like a month.
Christmas
So
ends December 31st.
okay,
That's what
so
Christmas is. And then New Year's for me. Okay, this is how I do it.
New Year's Day, I'm saying New Year's that January 1st. I'm saying Happy New Year. Come the
Yes,
second, we there already. I ain't gotta say no.
you don't have to say it no more. But the golden rule, I think it is if you ain't seen or talked to that person, then you tell
That
them Happy New Year's.
yes.
Then let's say you haven't seen your homeboy till February. Are you still saying Happy New Year's? I think at that point you just like, hey, it's a
And
new
we already
year.
here.
We already here. I know
I ain't
you
seen since
here.
last year. Yeah, man, time
Okay,
flies.
okay. Because I'm gonna say I usually give it about a couple weeks into the New Year's, and then
Yeah.
after that, I'm cool.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, like you said, that addendum right there. If you haven't seen somebody, yeah, you say Happy New Year's, but
Okay,
other than that, it's like I'm normally done that next day. I, I shift with the music on the radio, and that music stop playing, and they go back to playing the normal same old routine. I switch right along with it, man.
gotcha. Okay.
You know. But I am kind of happy about one thing this year. Our radio station, Z.3 that my mom listens to, they
Mhm.
were still playing Christmas music, believe it or not, past Christmas, and I'm like,
Man,
that's
please.
dope. I know that's pretty dope. I'm like, okay, I'm glad that they still doing that because normally, bruh, them radio stations Christmas Day they be going like, I mean, you walk into the store Christmas Day and already they got Valentine's Day stuff.
That's disrespectful. That is
Very,
disrespectful. They be
very
doing that. That's just like
that
what do they
Christmas
have?
stuff
They
be
go
on
from
clearance.
Halloween. They went from Halloween to Christmas.
I be
I was like,
hating
so y'all just ain't gonna do
that. I be
just
hating that.
Thanksgiving like that.
That I hate that. Like,
Somebody
you
must could
can't do
cook.
that. You can't do that. Not that.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, I the tree going down tomorrow. The tree, all the
Okay.
Christmas stuff, because I still got the tree up, but it's going down tomorrow. We usually do it that first Saturday of the new year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we this the last weekend, and we gonna go ahead and put all that stuff up, man, down in the basement.
See, I know. Yeah, I know somebody like sometimes they say that they leave that tree up all month of January.
Nah,
Month
nah,
five, they take it
no.
down. I'm
I'm taking
cool.
up too much space in the living room. I can't do that. Mm-mm.
But yeah, that's I'm still tripping out this Oreo thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some Oreos tomorrow. I'm telling you, it might the Oreo you might see me eating on the
Hey,
next show.
next show, okay.
The next show, the Oreos might make
All right,
a
y'all.
debut.
We all right, guys. This is what we gonna do. Next show is junk food episode.
Oh my god!
We gonna eat junk food.
Right after the New Year's resolution, we gonna pull out the junk food. Now they about to be in here struggling because you
Hey, you had the cheesy fingers while you talking.
right. How,
Nah.
how the resolutions going? I told you I wasn't gonna
Oh man.
procrastinate. I was gonna eat what I want. I had to think about this one.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. But
Oh
on a serious note, man,
yeah.
how do if you're creating a New Year's resolution, man, what is your regimen for as sticking to it? You know,
I
was there
mean,
ever a resolution that you did complete? Like a goal that you went in and say, this is my resolution. Because how many times do we actually make a New Year's resolution and actually remember we actually getting it done?
I can't call it. I
That's what
may
I'm
not have
saying.
gotten
It's just a
done that
thing we
year,
say.
but I've gotten it done. But it may have stretched into 2 years. It might have stretched into a 2 year plan
Oh,
rather than a
okay.
1 year plan.
So the
You know
extended
what I
plan.
mean?
I
Yeah,
think
man. I tend to extend it.
the
You know what I
only
mean?
people
I don't.
that's actually hitting them goals is the people that's already in the gym. That's what I think. People that was already working out in 2025,
That's
like
what I'm
that was your
saying.
lifestyle. They can't say it. That's not fair because that's what you do. You know, but
That's
if you
what I'm
somebody else
saying.
and you're saying, okay, this is the day. I mean, this is the year that I'm going to do it. It's almost like who actually does it? Very
Yeah,
few.
it has to be a now thing. You got to get in the mindset now. If you tell yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna get in the mindset on January 1st,"
Yeah,
then that date just keeps getting pushed back and getting pushed back and getting pushed back because you
yeah.
never wake up with that mindset. Like you're not conscious, but if you just tell yourself, it's like somebody saying, "You know what? I'm gonna quit smoking or I'm gonna quit drinking January 1st." Right?
Yeah.
Just stop now. Just start practicing to stop now because you ain't gonna stop cold turkey. You've been doing it for years. Your body is not gonna just pick up and do that. Like, so I mean, there's a handful of people. When I say a handful, I mean a handful of people who can do that. They have the ability to do that. Kudos to them. But for most people out there, it's gonna take them a while before they do that. I know for me,
Mm,
uh, like say for instance, like okay, so you talk about Oreo, so my thing is soda like grape Fanta, orange Fanta, bro. I'm Dr. Pepper, the
yeah.
cherry Dr. Pepper.
Coke and Pepsi
Oh
for
man,
me.
the wild cherry Pepsi. Man, let me tell you, them things right there, bro. And it took me a while when I went cold turkey. Here's the thing. I couldn't have no flavored water. They tell you, oh, drink flavored water or
It don't
drink
hit the
this,
same. It don't hit the same.
drink this caffeinated drink seltzer water that's
Nah,
flavored.
not the
And I'm
same.
like, nah, because those things just make me want real soda. That's what they do. So I gotta go cold turkey and I just gotta drink straight water. And
Yeah.
that's how I overcame it. I just drink straight water. I don't drink no flavored water because if it reminds me of soda, it's gonna make me want to drink soda.
Yeah, I had
So
to
if I
drink a
drink,
Coke with every meal.
I'm saying, right, large cup too, bro.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
I actually stopped going to this restaurant because hey,
Yeah,
I was mad. Hey, they can't give me these little small cups like this, and then what the heck is this, man? I can go to Ale House and they give me a big old glass of soda. You over here giving me these little
He
It'll
was a 64 gulp count, a gulp cup.
and bro, they look like little shot glass puns, bro.
Come on, Nate. You know it's bad.
They
You know
they
it's
put
bad when
three
you
ice cubes in there. They just fill it up with some soda. They put a straw in
see
it. The straw barely filling this. The straw falling out of the cup because the cup's so small.
cup so small. You know it's bad when you get a 64-ounce cup and they let you fill it. You fill that bad boy up and guzzle it on down, and then you fill it up to go out the stove. I did I
Or you
did
do
that a
like
couple
three
of days ago.
drinks. You do
Yeah, I'm
like
like,
three drinks
I might
before.
well go and fill up while I'm here. And then you fill up to hit the road.
Hey, I do that at Cava because Cava, they got
Yeah.
this what they call Mexican cola. It's made with cane sugar.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
bro,
yeah. I
that
know.
thing
Hey,
is
I know.
smooth.
I'm from Texas. I know
Ooh,
about that cane sugar.
boy, that thing tastes so smooth,
We got
bro.
them up here in the bottle.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that thing is
You
so
need that
smooth, bro.
the little bottle cap popper
Mm-hmm.
thing. Yeah,
Mm.
buddy.
That one, I tell wifey, like if they got cane sugar, I'm making exceptions. I gotta drink it because
Yeah.
that's some good stuff right there. But yeah, I hear you, man. It's just I mean, you just gotta be smart, man, and you just gotta
Well,
tell yourself like there's methods of doing it, and I mean that's my personal method is just getting your mindset in the mindset of now and not later.
see,
Um,
see. Well, here comes the controversial part of the show. Like I said last week,
let's do it.
Nate, I asked you the question, are we lazy?
Mm,
That was the question. Are we lazy? When you are a kid, your mama or your daddy
mm, mm, mm.
teaches you right from wrong. You know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know what's good, and you know
Yep.
what's bad. So if you're overweight, if you're not eating healthy, if you need to get in the gym, if you need to stop overspending, if you need to stop racking up credit cards, if you need to stop whatever it is that you are dealing with right now, and you're saying, okay, 2026, I'm going to change something. I have to
Yeah.
ask you this question, Nate. Can motivation and laziness coexist? Because we always say, oh, you got to find your why. What is your why? Why do you do the things that you do? What's the reason you get out of bed every single day? What is that why that keeps you going? Now, we can say we have desires, we have goals, we have motivations in our lives, but can you be lazy too? And the answer is no, you can't.
Mm, mm,
You know exactly what you have to do, but what is it that what pushes you to do those things? You know, the question that the people ask is, how bad do you want it? And
right.
that's what it comes down to. How bad do
Right.
you want it? Because this is like we said a couple episodes ago, until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're not going to budge. So it's almost like when you get in trouble and be like, all right, well, you just sit there. Because why am I going to
Mm-hmm.
care more than you are? And it's your issue.
Right.
I'm fighting
Right.
for you. I'm praying for you. I'm giving you all this advice and motivation and stories and this and that.
Faith
And you're
without
not
works
going to
is
do,
dead.
yeah, faith without works is dead. And you're not going to do nothing about it. So you must don't
Mm,
want it bad enough.
right.
So you know what I'm going to
That's
tell
it.
you? Don't tell me no more. I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna move on to the
That's
next
it.
person that actually needs help, that wants to try
That's
to do
it.
something for themselves,
That's
because
it.
I can give you all the advice that you want, but if you're not gonna do something about it, then it is what it is.
Amen to
And
that.
that's why I say maybe some people out there are just pure lazy. And sometimes you need the cold hard truth, somebody that's not gonna sugarcoat it. There's nothing, I mean, there's nothing stopping you unless you got some kind of illness or something like that. There is nothing stopping you from getting up and taking
Mm-hmm.
care of your business. Because the problem is that people think that we're going to live forever. People think that we have these long lives, like, I'll worry about it next week, I'll worry about it next year, or whatever like that. How many
Ooh,
how many years is going to pass by? How many more New Year's resolutions are you going to continue to have before you realize I could
I
just
don't want
start
to say
today?
nobody.
Yeah, I can just start today. I can
Just like
just
we talk
write.
all the time.
Yeah, I could just write my goals down right here. I want to lose weight. I want to gain five,
Mm-hmm.
10, $20,000 this year, whatever that number may be. You can do it, but you also have to have a plan. But
Willpower too.
the thing about it, people say, Nate, I want to be a millionaire. I can give you $1 million right now, and you probably lose it in about a whole 30
You ain't
days.
ready for it. You ain't ready for it.
Because you know why? You haven't changed the mindset first. Until you
That's
change the mindset, nothing's gonna change. That's why
that's
you
right.
see so many people hit the lottery and go broke,
Yep.
because as soon as you get the money, you spend it on things that don't even matter. You spend, because especially when you come from a life of not having, then you're gonna
Oh
try to
yeah.
buy all the things that you wish you had growing up.
Trying to
But if
relive
you
it.
don't change the mindset, then nothing will happen. And that's why I say lazy people are going to get lazy results at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you
100%.
want it's what is it, insanity, doing the same thing over and over expecting a different
Mm-hmm.
result? Well, if you're
Mm-hmm.
going to sit there and eat them delicious Oreos, if you're going to sit there on the couch and eat and drink and this and that and not do anything with your life, then it's going to be the same result every single year.
Every
So it
single
has to
year.
be. And Nate, I love those transformation videos, man, where you see the people, they be 2, 3, 400 pounds, and then you see
Mm.
them working out, and then actually,
It
boom,
is. It's
they done
beautiful.
just dropped so much weight, and they're so happy. They feel like they have a second life. They feel like they have a reason to live. Because a lot of times it's not just you. If you got children, if you got a husband or a wife, if you got a family,
Yeah.
there are people that love you and
It
want to
affects
see
them.
you do better for yourself. There are people out there that will help you get to where you need to be, but it all starts here with yourself. You have to believe
Mindset.
in yourself. Yeah, it's a mindset. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it. You have to want to do it. You have to get so tired and so just like, I don't want to say disgusted with yourself, but you just have to want it so
You gotta be
bad to be
fed
like,
up.
you know what? I got to do something about this. And I promise you, your quality of life is going to be better. Your quality in your mind is going to be better. You're going to feel better. Your energy is going to be better. You're going to love who you are and who you're becoming, because at the end of the day, before we all die and leave this earth, we all strive to be the best version of ourselves, no matter what that may be. I don't want to be X of 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old when I leave this earth. I want to be the best version of myself possible,
Man,
because at the
remember
end of the
that.
day, you want to get as much out of yourself. I want to reach the what do we call it in Dragon Ball Z? I want to be Super Saiyan infinity. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the best
Yeah, man. You
version
wanna
I
crush
can
it.
possibly be, before I leave this earth. You know,
Mm.
like what, Nate,
Oh,
what do you like? What is it about people that just feel like, I mean, maybe people feel like they can't do it. Maybe people feel like, like they don't have it. Maybe what do somebody have to do to believe in themselves that they can, be the best version of themselves? How do they get there mentally, Nate? When you're sitting in that room and you're just not happy with your life, and another year passed by, and then another year passed by, and you're still not where you want to be in life, whether it's weight or financial or a job or education or your kids, where they're at in life. Like, how do you take that person out of that dark space and say, hey, look, it ain't got to be like this for you? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
let this be day one for you. You know what I mean? Like,
You
what
gotta
what do
click.
you
There has to be something that just clicks like a light bulb. It just has to click. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, you just gotta it's like you just gotta wake up one day with all the fire inside of you and just
Mhm.
saying, you know what, I'm I'm moving on. Things are changing.
Yeah.
And right then and there you have a new purpose. It has to click. But not everybody that comes in many forms. I mean, sometimes the motivational videos can't do it. Sometimes you may have good friends who are pouring into you, and that may do it.
Yeah.
That can't do it. Sometimes these things, believe it or not, are spiritual. They're spiritual strongholds in our lives too. Um, can't leave that out. Sometimes we can't do it on our own. Sometimes it takes prayer and
Yeah.
and asking the Lord for help and asking Him for the strength to overcome these things, because some of these things can be like spiritual strongholds,
Hmm.
and we can't do it of our own strength. We need the help of God on our side to give us that touch that we need.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to go out and I used to, drink a lot, and I hated it. I didn't want to do it anymore. But it's like every weekend, if I had $5 in my name, I knew that that was enough to give me a pitcher of beer. I knew that I was going to be feeling good, and that's all I cared about. And I knew I had a handful of friends I could call who would come, and even if they had $3, $2, we could put together easily and get like two more. And after a while, it was just like, yo, this cycle has to stop. Like this, I wanted to, and I just prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I said, God, I don't want to keep doing this because I know it's damaging my health. It's not good for me spiritually. It's not good for me health wise. I was like, I'm pouring all this substance into me. I was like, I need you to help me, and
Let me ask you this:
that help came.
were you using the drinking to mask something?
I was getting to that. Yes, I think part of it is it felt when I by the time I started getting tipsy, I felt good. I felt like a different person. I felt like I was appreciated. I felt loved. I felt like I was the coolest guy in the bar. I felt like I was the coolest guy, most handsome guy in the bar. And it was all about confidence. And it just
I was just about to say that the
it gave
drinking
me
gave
a
you confidence.
false, it gave me a false sense of confidence, a false sense of belonging, a false sense of being wanted. Like, I mean, I would feel like $1 million in there. Had nothing to my name, and I thought that was a life. And it's
Why didn't
funny
you feel
that
like that before you drank though?
I just didn't, because I just didn't have I didn't have the self esteem, the confidence. I didn't have the I just didn't have the confidence in myself. And I think for a lot of people, they don't have confidence in themselves because, and not only that too, I mean, don't get me wrong, my family's always been a big supporter. They've always been in my corner. My parents, they always, gave me good things, but I felt like I felt like from my peers, from everybody else, it's like I was just like not seen. So it was weird. Like I
Mm,
never felt like I was a part. Even being around all these friends, there's a moment in my head where I'm sitting here like I don't feel like I'm a part of them. I just feel like an extension piece. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like being in relationships and not feeling like I'm a part of the relationship. Like I'm just an extension. And honestly, it that drove me into the arms of God. And when I really found God and really found that peace, like what we talked about, and I started to see myself the way God sees me, then I began to get a different type of confidence. I
Mm,
believed in myself. Um, I no longer was sitting down on my dreams. I no longer was paying attention to people who didn't believe in me. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, God, you gave this to me. Oh, it's gonna happen. I
yeah.
was sitting there writing my visions, writing my dreams, and let me tell you something, man. It was something that I will never forget, and I'm forever thankful for the Lord, because I'm no longer dependent on people to make me feel like something. Like God is what makes me feel like something.
Yeah.
And not only that too, but being, getting married and having a child, seeing the way they look at me, seeing the way they receive me is just that's a full circle moment, man.
Yeah.
It's a full circle moment. And
You finally
that's
started to be
just
seen.
and that's just it, man. Like And the thing about it is that like
And
these
but you were also being
strongholds,
seen in the right way too. I wanted to say that. You
yes,
were being
yes,
seen, but in the right way. Because you were being seen
exactly,
too on the other side, but
just not
in a dark way. But look at how you're
right,
being seen now since you
right.
chose God.
And that was a story of redemption for me, man. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who want to make the change and they just don't. They may not have the support group. They may not have somebody to speak life into them to
Mm,
say you're more than who you see yourself. You got to wake up. You're powerful. You have no idea who you are.
yeah,
Like you got to get rid. This is not you. You are created for something greater than that. And that's just they may not have that.
yeah.
But definitely, I want to speak to somebody. If you're listening to that and nobody's ever told you that, I'm gonna tell you that you are created for so much more. You are not just a normal Joe. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken.
Yeah.
Who cares what everybody else thinks about you? As
Facts.
long as you know what God says about you, that He loves you, that He's created you for a purpose, and every day you wake up and you hear the birds chirp, you see the sun, that is to let you know that God is not done with you, that He has a purpose for your life, and that He will do it. The scripture says that He who started a good work in you will complete it. So you
Wow.
got to trust Him and have faith that
Yes.
He will bring it through. Don't listen to the naysayers, even if it's completely silent around you and you ain't got nobody telling you this. Let me tell you something. Lean on God because He has all the answers. Take it from me. I'm telling you, from somebody who walked around, felt like they weren't seen, felt like they weren't loved, felt like they were never apart. And now it's different. It's different. It hits differently because I no longer have that void. Christ
Yeah.
has that void. So now I don't need the liquor to fill that void anymore. Can you see that void is an empty hole? And you
Yeah.
just keep pouring liquor into it every weekend, or money,
Never getting
or drugs, or sex, or whatever it is. We keep pouring these things in it, trying to fill the hole, trying to quench that thirst. But
hmm
nothing can quench that thirst. Listen, I'm gonna preach to somebody out here. That's what the
I hear
woman at the
you.
well. That's what the woman at the well had to do. She was thirsty. She was thirsty and she came and she said, "Give me something to drink." And Jesus said, "Hey, what I have for you to drink, you'll never thirst again."
Wow.
He said, "Go get your husband." She said, "I don't have a husband." She said, "You're right. You got five. You got five husbands, and the man you live with now is not your husband." She was real thirsty, and she was looking for a sixth boyfriend in Jesus. But she didn't know that when she came to the well that day, she was going to get something more than water, but she was going to get something that was going to set her free from the cycle of insanity.
Mm,
Some of you out there, you relying on relationships to make you feel fulfilled. You're relying on substances to make you feel fulfilled. You're relying on all these things to make you feel fulfilled. And
yeah.
every year, that's the reason why the New Year's resolutions are not working because you are not putting it in, you're not attacking it at the root. You got to attack these things at the root. It
Yeah.
starts with the mindset, and sometimes, and all the time, let me tell you something. God is the only one that can change that mindset and give you a fresh new perspective.
Yep. That is true. Lean not on our own understanding.
Whew.
Because a lot of
Okay.
times we try to live life. Hey man, you was cooking. Let me
Felt
just
that
tell you,
thing.
you was cooking. I was about to drive down. I mean, ride on out to Florida real quick. I'll be on the first pew.
Oh man, I just
I hear the
listen
passion in your voice. I
because
love it,
I
man.
lived that, man. You know, man, I lived that, bro.
And
I
that's why I
lived that.
say it hits different, man. When you go to church and you're quick, you come in there and then you quick to leave and you don't fellowship with people and you just ready to go home, whether you trying to go eat, you trying to go watch the game, whatever it is may be. When when you get to church and you have a sermon that hits you right here in your soul, in your heart, and
You
you
gonna want
know
to get
he's
up.
you, man, you sitting there crying. You probably be the last one in the pew. You might go up to the front and ask for prayer, a little side prayer. You know, that is one of the most beautiful moments, man, in church, man.
Yes, yes.
Is just being just like wowed, after a great sermon, man. It's a great feeling. I really love, where you came from, because I can tell you was pouring it out. I can tell that was very genuine, and all your own personal story, man. I hate that you had to go through that, but at the same time, I'm sure you appreciate going through that, because that made you the
Man,
man that you are today. A lot of us,
yeah,
we look at trials and tribulations as a bad thing, and I'm here to tell you, man, it's not,
it's a
because
stepping
that's
stone.
that's it, it's what do you call it? It's what make us who we are.
Hmm.
You know, oh man,
Yeah, and that's I've never questioned. I've never questioned it, man. Like it's just, man. And the thing about it is that
that's
I had
having
a
true
I had a
faith.
great, I had a good childhood, in the sense of family wise, all that. But you know what it is? It's
Yeah,
like kids go through things that parents don't know about. Those social things that they go through,
yeah,
and especially you come from a good home. Mommy and daddy. Everybody goes to church, so you just fly under the radar. You got all these things going through your heart, and sometimes you don't know, like you said, sometimes in our culture, we don't know how to approach our parents with that kind of conversation because it's just gonna get thrown out the window. Like,
yeah.
well, you need to pray more. That's all that is. You need to stop. You know what I mean? Like,
Pray it
or
away.
some. It's like there's some statement that completely dismisses your feelings, but to be heard is a different type of thing. You know, but yeah, man, it's just like I dealt with that. I know what that's like. When I hear stories of kids growing up and having coming from good homes, good backgrounds, and they just commit suicide because they're struggling with all these feelings, I feel that because it's just like I look at it like, you know what? Thank you, Lord, because I don't know. Maybe if I had went down the rabbit hole, maybe that's where I could have been headed.
Hmm.
Maybe that's where I could have been headed. There were so many nights I drove home and I was impaired. And God took me home every single night. Every
I can attest to
single
that too.
night. And I thank the Lord, man, because I could have lost my life. I could have died. You know,
Hmm.
I've been at some of these parties, man. People pull out guns and stuff like that, and I'm stand right there, and I came home to talk about it. Like, man,
He had
it's
his
just,
hand on you, man. Hey, not this one. Not this one.
man. Let me tell you something,
Not
bro.
this
We
one.
just you. It takes, and that's just a thing, though. But I had to reach a point where I was tired. I was just sick and tired of not being me, and I had to say, you know what? It's time to finally be me. It got to the point where I didn't even like my name. I went by a nickname and I just wanted that to be because I wanted to sound cool. Because Nate just didn't sound good to me. Nathan didn't sound good to me. A funny story is that when I found God again and once he changed me, I started going by my full name, Nathan.
Really?
I started going by my full name, Nathan. I started telling people my name is Nathan
That confidence
because
came.
not only that too, but for me, it was a way of telling myself, you are a new creation. You're a brand new man. The old you is dead and passed away, and now you are a new man. So now it's
Wow.
time to go by what you were named, the way what your mama named you, and that's Nathan.
Wow.
When I met my
Wow.
wife, she knew me as Nathan. She still called me Nathan. She don't like Nate.
Really?
She likes Nathan.
Oh, we gotta
Like,
change. We gotta change the ticker. I'm sorry.
yeah, we got.
Nah.
I know, right? I know, right? We gotta change it. But
Nah, but that's what's up, man. Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, shoot, you might be on to something else, man. We might have to touch on growth
yes,
pretty
100%.
soon. Yeah, but
100%.
um, but yeah, for us 2026 New Year's resolution, man, I am excited. I'm ecstatic. Me and the wife have a lot of goals that we want to hit this year. Definitely look forward to a vacation this year, even a
Mm,
vacation for
same
Christmas. We
here.
plan on not being here for Christmas. We plan on being
Okay.
somewhere tropical or a cabin or something like that, switching it up.
Sandals.
Yeah, hey, it might be either that. Or I might just go to Walmart and get some sandals, depending on them prices. But
I know,
we go
right?
we gonna see. But
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, 2026, man, we are excited, for this year. And that's one of the things about it, man. When you got your ducks lined up in a row for the most part, every new year you get to set new goals and kind of build upon what you've already done. So that's what I'm kind of excited about for this year, man, is to just kind of build, like I said, build, grow, get results, and just be solution oriented, be positive minded, mental health, all that. And of course, grow this channel, the Code and the Static podcast with my
That's right.
co-host Nate, man, and take it to
That's
new
right.
heights, you know. Um, yeah, it's been a fun, great journey with you, man. And I hope this year will be the year we really take off, man, with
I
hard
believe.
work and dedication. I believe we'll get there.
I believe, man. I believe 100%, man. You looking for them three digits
Three
or
digits.
them
Three
four, three
digits.
digits in them subscribers, bro.
Right,
I put up a
right.
four. Maybe God trying to tell us. I put a four, but
Hey,
you know,
hey, bro,
uh,
man, on fifth floor. You know what I mean?
yeah,
How we doing it?
yeah, So, but yeah, man, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it too, man. It's been a great journey, and honestly, like 2026, like. And I do want to touch on something, man. Like
Yeah.
it hits differently with support, and I think me and you can attest to that. Having a partner that supports us, that pours into us, that supports our ideas, that supports our decisions is so crucial. It's a superpower that I didn't know I needed when I was single. And I'm just so thankful that I got a wife that I can tell we can plan together and we can go after those goals together. That I'm not by myself, and that's just
Don't that make it
man.
feel
That's just a,
so much easier
it's
when you have
so
an idea in your
easy.
head and you're like,
Oh
you in
man,
self-doubt, but then your wife comes and be like, you can do that, babe. You,
yep,
you can, it's all right. You can do that. And you
yeah.
be like,
Or
just to hear that, you're like, it just takes half of that pressure off you. Like, okay, she believes in me.
yeah,
That's so I gotta be able to do it
man.
myself if she rocking with me like that. So
That's a godsend right there, man. And I feel like that's just it's a hidden superpower, man. Like I hear people all the time say, "Man, I ain't getting married, man, married," and I done heard people talk all this nonsense. Oh man, it's a trap. Oh, it's just something that the government uses, and I'm like, you. I was like, you really hurt, ain't you? Who hurt you?
it's the
Who hurt you
government.
in middle school?
The
Huh?
government uses it.
Who rejected your chocolate milk in middle school, and now you don't get married? Like, come on, bro. Like you tripping, bro. Because this is a superpower right here. This is a plug in life. To have
Right.
a help meet comparable, man, it's a plug.
Man,
You know what I mean? And we're so different, but we're perfectly matched together.
equally yoked.
That's it. So I mean, that's a superpower. And going into the new year, I wouldn't be. I'm happy to plan it with her, and I'm happy that both of us can kneel down and pray about these goals, and we can do it together. And I mean, that's right there. That's strength for the journey. Because when I get weak, I know she's gonna pull me up, and when she gets weak, I know I'll be able to pull her up, and vice
Facts.
versa. So yeah, man, that's a I ain't telling nobody out there if you single, don't just go marry somebody just because. I mean,
Right.
you gotta find the right person.
Right.
But I mean, definitely it's a superpower, man. It really is, man. And
Facts.
I'm thankful for that. And I know I don't know if you were gonna bring this up, but I thought it was really cool and really awesome when you were explaining to me and we were talking earlier. And I actually want you to explain it because I think this could be a gem that a lot of people can use when it comes to planning for 2026. Tell us that secret weapon that you apply to everything in life.
The secret weapon. So you're talking about what was
The smart.
the smart method. So the smart method is basically a method I use in business class when I went to Tiffin. It is called SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, relevant, and time bound. And the reason why I like that method when I'm goal setting is because it allows me to basically make it plain. I'm able to write it down and be very specific about it. I'm able to give it a timeline. I'm able to basically make sure that it's relevant to what I'm capable of doing. Um, so with specific, being specific, which is S in the SMART acronym, it's be specific about what you want to achieve. Ask yourself questions about your goals following the five W's: who, what, when, and why. And then you move on to M, which is measurable. Measurable basically make sure that you can measure your success. You'll be able to track your progress, and by answering questions like how will you know when your goal is complete. A is achievable or attainable. This ensures that your goal is realistic or achievable. Don't set yourself a goal that's too easy or too difficult to complete. Look at your current situation and make sure that you have enough to achieve that goal. Which I like that because if you only got $100 in your bank account and you trying to get 10,000 by next month, either you came up on some money in your mattress or you ain't gonna meet that goal, depending on what your income is and your bills are. So it has to be something realistic that you know you can do, you know, because you really want the goal to be effort based because it's almost like betting on yourself. If I know I got to bet on myself, hey, I'm winning every single time because it's me versus me. I know I'm gonna do it, you know. Um, R is relevant. Set yourself a goal that is relevant to you. Is your goal worthwhile to you? Are you the right person to achieve it? Is your goal applicable to your current situation or is it unrealistic? And then T, simple and plain, time bound. Assign a
Wow.
start and an end date to your goal to encourage yourself to reach it within a deadline. That's just basically, hey, I want to have a certain amount of money or I want to lose weight in a certain amount of time. Make sure um that time matches up and it's realistic. So that's the smart method. Like I say, I use the smart method for a lot of my goals setting type things, and it's very, very helpful to do. You can even, like I say, I've used AI. If there was a certain amount of money that I wanted to save, I can tell
Okay.
AI, hey, I can budget this much money and I want to have this much money and this amount of time. And AI will
Mm.
literally tell you, okay, well, if you want to do that and this is how much money you have allotted, then go ahead and save this much every single day or however many, whenever you get
Wow.
paid or whatever. I've done that, before. So the
So you're
smart
saying
method
that
definitely helped me out.
you can put this even into AI and tell AI, hey, what's the smart method for losing weight, and it will just calculate all.
Yeah. If you
Wow.
say Grok or Chat GPT, hey, I am this current weight. I want to get to this target goal by this
Mm.
date, and it'll tell you, okay, this is kind of how you want to go about doing it. Now I'm sure there's apps and stuff like that that'll do it for you as well, but AI is pretty
299 a month.
pretty helpful for, but I ain't no subscriptions. I ain't got to
Yeah.
pay no
Right.
subscriptions when it comes to AI. So that's why I use the AI. But yeah, if you whatever your goal is, if you just put the goal in there and say do this in the smart method, and it will literally do it for you, and you just kind of follow what it says. And the good thing about
Mm.
AI, it actually has a reminder feature on here. Every Sunday I have AI create little like stories for me to like ask my kids at on Sunday at 7 p.m. every single Sunday. And there'll be times where the AI will like buzz, and I'm like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's Sunday at 7 o'clock." Like it knows because I told it to do this every day at 7 o'clock at night. Do this, so
And what
it
AI are
can.
you using?
I use Grok, and
Okay.
it could tell you. So you could be like, "Hey, remind me to drink. Make sure I drink water. Like check, let's say 9, 10 o'clock at night. Ask me,
Mm,
hey, did you drink 64 ounces of water today?" And then I'll say yes. Okay, see you tomorrow.
man.
Just little
Okay.
accountability things or whatever like that.
That's
Or
dope.
say, hey Grok, ask me every hour between these hours of the day, did you drink 8 ounces, an 8 ounce glass of water? Whatever it is you got to do, or
Wow.
whatever you got to do, like you can literally customize it to your ability.
That's
And the
what's
reason
up.
why I say that is because Grok can be, or AI, whatever, it can be your accountability partner,
Right.
somebody that's going to be on you or remind you at all times without you having to physically go in here and type all this information in.
Right.
You can just tell it what you want it to do for you. It can act like a personal assistant.
No, right?
So,
Wow, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine the day comes where you be like, "Hey, Grok, uh, I ain't supposed to be playing PlayStation today, so if I turn my PlayStation off, turn it off."
and he gonna
Like,
be getting mad. Come on, what's the workaround with this?
cancel the program, Grok. Cancel the program.
He gonna be
I'm,
control alt delete, control alt delete, escape,
I'm
escape.
telling you, man, this AI is getting out of hand. But yeah, it is pretty. That is pretty dope, man. And I'm glad you touched on that because I was going to ask you what tools can people use for the new year to kind of help them out. And yeah, we got AI on our side where, you can use. I don't use ChatGPT, but I use Copilot. I use Copilot, and I use the three that I use are Copilot, Meta, and I use Grok. I mainly use Grok,
Yeah, I
but
use mainly use Grok.
yeah, it depends on what I'm doing. That determines which AI I use. Um, but those are like some of the three best ones I think out there, and you can literally just tell this thing to do anything. Like I
Yeah,
was uh I was trying to organize some notes that I had, and I was trying to figure it out, and I just threw it in the Grok, and Grok organized it for me, and I'm like, oh snap, that's perfect. Okay, cool, we're good then. You
yep,
know what I mean? Spending plans. Like I was doing my budget and throw it in the Grok, and Grok ended up giving me this whole like thing, and I'm like, golly. I mean, it filled in a lot of numbers, obviously, because it didn't have all the data,
yeah,
but it was really cool to see how it calculated everything. So yeah, man. I mean, it's really dope, man. Like I think AI, when it's used in its right purpose, I
yeah,
think it's a wonderful tool. So anybody out there who got a New Year's resolution and you need a little help, a combat, you need accountability or you need to use that smart method, man. Throw it in the Copilot, Grok, or Meta, and just let it rip, man. So that's
facts.
that's what's up, man. That's a really good method. I'm glad I remembered to ask you
Oh
about that
yeah,
because
definitely,
that's
man. Try it anytime, man.
it's
Just
dope.
tell it whatever goal you want and tell them to do it the smart method and see what happens.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, you got any X? You got anything else on your heart concerning this, bro? Or you think we're hitting that mark now?
No, we're I would say we're hitting that mark. I can say this to close for the 2026 New Year's resolution. I'm gonna do it like this for 2026. I'm just gonna send out not a formal, but an informal prayer for everyone out there. I know we're not a religious based show or anything like that, but I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet and just say that I pray for everyone out there to have whatever it is that they want in 2026 and beyond in their New Year's resolutions or in their life, I just pray favor, good favor over everybody, whether you're watching this or not. I just pray favor for everybody, prosperity, results. I pray that whatever it is in 2025 that you're dealing with or you're holding on to, whether it's, family or financial or your child or mental health, whatever it may be, I pray that that doesn't leak into your 2026 and beyond. I pray that you get over that situation, however that may be. If you haven't found God in your life or you haven't found Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I pray that you do one day. I know this is a little different, but that's just where I'm coming from right now because a lot of people need to hear, and I feel like we need him more than anything in this world. Um, so, and I can be vulnerable enough to say that without feeling bad for it, because that's just me being me and what I believe in, and I
Oh
have
yeah,
to be honest with myself. So, and I know the miracles and I know the power that, a tongue can have and what he does for me. So I pray that everyone in this world can also feel that same, feeling. I pray that God can wrap his arms around all of his children and everyone can be safe this year as well. Because we don't know if this is our
yeah,
last day or our last year or whatever it may be. So I pray that everybody is who made it to 2026 have a great 2026 and beyond. uh Nate, you gonna go ahead and close us out?
yeah, man. It's been a great show, and that prayer I know I'll be praying also, and also praying for forgiveness, uh, restoration, and healing.
Yeah.
Those three are important. I pray that definitely as you're crossing over into 2026, that you will have forgiveness maybe for yourself or a family member.
Hmm.
Um, if you once had and you lost, that God will restore you. You'll bring restoration in your life, whether that be relationships, finances, health, um, and healing. Sometimes the trauma can be a very large weight that holds us back from reaching our goals. So I pray healing to those areas that need to be healed so that way you can really spring forward into the new year and have your breakthrough.
I
Hey,
love
this has
it.
been a special edition. I think this by far is probably one of my favorite episodes that we did here at the Code and Static. And I hope to all the listeners out there, I hope that this touched you. Feel free to leave comments, share with your friends. As X always says, we're here for everybody. We're normal human beings. We're not celebrities. Hey, man, leave a comment. Feel free to message us. Let us know how you feel. And if you have questions or you need help, we'll be sure to see what we can do to help you. You know what I mean? Um, and help you decode that static.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's what we're here for. So, all right, it's Nathan and Xavier and signing off. Good night, everybody.
Peace.